everyone, and welcome back in to Missy's Yarniverse and more. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to me. I I can't say new subscribers and continued subscribers because everyone is new to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. For everyone who has subscribed to me recently since I started my little channel. Yay. And Sam really surprised me this morning. I get up every Thursday morning. I do a couple housekeeping chore kind of things, and I look forward to, once I get done, sitting down and watching her Max's Gut Choice video and sitting and crocheting with her while she's chit-chatting with us and doing our little squares. And she shouted me out this morning, and my heart is so full. You are too kind, too sweet. I hope I live up to everything that you say. And yeah, I just, you made my day. But anyhow, I wanted to get on here because I wanted to drop a couple videos last week after my last one, and I ended up having a case of the vertigo kick in. And if anybody's ever had that, you know how awful that can be. I live with vertigo 24/7, 365 days a year due to the MS, but it is mild and I can still function. I just have to be careful with walking downstairs, depth perception, like stepping up on curbs and stuff like that. However, sometimes it goes into full tilt, and that's exactly what it did, and it kicked my butt. So I just kind of laid in my recliner and worked on some either mindless little projects or stuff I didn't really have to focus a whole lot on. So that's where we're at. I didn't get as much of my weekly goal list done as I would like to, but sometimes we just got to give ourselves grace because every now and again, life is going to throw a little wrench in our plans, and we just have to kind of step around that problem and keep on trudging. So without further ado, let's get to what I have been working on. I was actually trying to do this video on my phone because I know the sound quality is a little better. I still have to get a little microphone because for some reason when I'm doing a video on my laptop it's a little lower, but I don't know what happened, and all of a sudden my video went poof, so we're doing it again. So anyways, Sam at Memphis Makes dropped her video this morning, which I always look forward to, like I said, and I have my coffee and I crochet with her while we're doing Max's Gut Choice squares. And this week he picked 3 colors for her. And if you don't know what Max's Gut Choice is on Sam's channel, Memphis Makes, which I'm sure most of you do, but I will put the link in the comment, in the description box, and you could head on over there and check it out. But this morning's surprise colors were purple, black, and blue. And I was able to complete my squares. I didn't get to show last week's squares. I think I left the bag in the living room next to my chair where I was working on them last week because of the vertigo. I call it the crazy carousel because it's like a carousel going 300 miles an hour. And sometimes you have to hang on for dear life. And I was struggling with trying to figure out what I was going to trim them in when I go to put them all together, because I think I may use all these squares to make a blanket. I'm not, it might go to hospice. I'm not sure yet. But I have like 3 or 4 of these in my stash, and it's loops and threads, and it is colorway multicolor Fiesta Multi, which is color number VM21. And I thought with all the colors that we're making these little granny squares in, that this would fit the bill for trimming them. I like all the little colors, and I know that I can get more if I need more. I have a Michael's that's a little over an hour away. We don't have access to craft stores like right here where I live because we're rural. But if I drive a little over an hour, I can get to one. And we do go down there like once every couple of months or so. And I go check out Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and we do lunch or something. But yeah, so I got those squares done for this week. And seeing how I couldn't do another video last week, Laura at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming last week started a year of dishcloths. It's 52. It'll take us a year, and it's divided into seasons: your spring, summer, fall, and winter. We are starting on winter so that we will be a season ahead, and that way if we want to gift some of these during the holidays, we can. I'm still not sure what I'm going to be doing with mine, but the first week we did this super cute little penguin, and I won't show that but briefly because I don't want to show the pattern. And here's my penguin. A lot of people, I guess, struggled with the beak, so I ended up, after trying to do it multiple times the way it's written, I ended up having to rip it out, and I just kind of winged it and went with what I had. And then the feet, where she was having you crochet them on, was off center, and my OCD was not having it. I kept looking at it, and it was driving me crazy. So I had to rip them out, and then I had to figure out and scoot them over so that they would be more centered. But yeah, he's cute. Like I said, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with them. But I'm going to put them in a little storage tote until we decide what I'm going to do. And then I thought, you know, I'm going to get ahead of the game. I am going to pull on my cotton for the next 5 dishcloths for the next 5 weeks and have it sitting by my recliner in the living room, and I'll be ahead of the game and all that stuff. And then yesterday, when Laura dropped the weekly video for the what we are calling Wednesday Wipeout, she threw us a curveball, and of course she did. What she decided to do was put all the names of all the winter dishcloths on a little piece of paper, put them in a bag, mix them up like she does with the Bod Hatapalooza, and she was going to draw out the next one we were going to make. And of course, the next one that got pulled was not one of the next 5 that I had already pulled my cotton for. I mean, come on, what are the odds? So, but it's okay, because 2 of the colors, it takes 3 colors. 2 of the colors were already in the cotton that I had pulled, and the 3rd color that I needed, I actually had a ball of it on my desk. So I just grabbed that and put it in the bag. And this is the one we are doing this week, the little Christmas wreath. And being the overachiever I am, ta-da! My little Christmas wreath dishy. I didn't want to use dark green. I'm kind of not really a fan of dark green and red for Christmas colors. I like POW kind of vibrant Christmas colors. I tend to decorate at Christmas time with a lot of turquoise and red or aqua and red because I like the aesthetic it gives, and the colors kind of bring me joy. So I went with a Grinch green for my wreath because I like the Grinch and I like Cindy Lou Who, and I love these colors together for Christmas time. So this is my wreath dishy, and I think it's super cute. Like I said, still not sure what I'm going to do with them, but it'll be sitting over in a little storage container until I figure that out. So those were Year of the Dishcloths. So we won't know what the third one is going to be. The wreath was week 2. We have till next Tuesday to get it completed and get a picture to Laura, and then she'll drop her Wednesday morning video so we can see what week 3's dishy is going to be. And I will put Laura's link in the description box if you want to go check that out, if you're not familiar with it, which I'm sure most of you are. And see, what else was I working on while my crazy carousel was going crazy? Last week I showed you my rainbow blanket I had just started. I've gotten pretty far. Yeah. I haven't woven any ends yet because I've added my second cake. I'm almost actually done with I'm about halfway done with my second cake, I think. But yeah, these blankets just bring me so much joy. I absolutely love the way the Nifflers works up in these blankets. And like I told you before, I make a lot of these for hospice. I just made one for one of my aunts up north whose husband, my uncle, just passed away. And so I sent one up to her so I could bring her a little bit of almost like a hug from me. When my uncle came down, my other uncle came down on vacation a few weeks ago, I actually had it all boxed up real nice with card in the box and everything, and he took it up to her when he went home, and she absolutely loved it, and he liked it so much he wanted to take it home. So I promised I was going to make him one as well. And I actually think, because I'm almost halfway done with this one, I may finish this one up and put it with my Cat's Meow Boggy blanket that I need to send down to Nancy where she's got yarn down in Florida. And so I may just add this one to that one. I'm not sure yet. It depends on how many I get done and how quick. Let's see, what else am I working on? Let's get this out of the way. My other project is the hooker versus hooker. I'm not competing, but their project this month is a scarecrow in red, green, yellow, gray, and brown. And I think last week when I did my video, I had showed y'all that I had my hat done. I still haven't woven any ends because the crazy carousel hit. But yeah, the hat is done. And before it got too awful bad, I had managed to get the little boots done. And here are the legs. I just need to stuff them and sew them into the boots after those are, and then those will be ready. And I've already got my arms started. So yeah, I did the hands, got the hands all done, and then did the arms, and then I stuffed the arms, stuffed the hands, and then sewed the hands in. So those are ready. And I have my head is ready to go. And we're working on the body. So yeah, I wish I would have looked at the pattern a little further before I started it. I'm kind of a join as you go kind of girl when it comes to amis. This one is not. You do all the limbs and body and all that separate, and then they want you to take your needle and yarn and sew through back and forth to join the legs so that they're jointed. I thought once I figured that out, I thought I could put some joints in here and pop them in before I got the body closed up. But seeing how I was too far already into the arms, they were already done, and the legs, I was not going to rip them back to get them to get in there just right. It was just too much, and it was stressing me out. So we're just gonna wing it, and I'm gonna sew them on. However, once I get everything stuffed and finished up, whatever I think is going to make it sturdy enough. I know it's going to be a shelf sitter, but I also don't want it to fall apart, you know. So we'll see. So hopefully by the time I do a video next week, hopefully he'll be done. I did make a boo-boo though. I was working on this in the midst of when the vertigo was starting, and I wasn't really paying attention, and out of habit, because I do so in many amis, once I get to a certain point on like a head, when it says to add safety eyes, I did. And once I got all that done and everything, and I started working on other pieces, I was like, I don't think we were supposed to use safety eyes. So I moved stuff around on the table that sits next to my chair, and there was my piece of paper where I had taken my notes, and sure enough, not supposed to use safety eyes. But they're already in there, and I'm not going to waste them, so I'm not going to snap them off, because I know that they'll be useless at that point because the backs will be broke. So yeah, anyhow, it is what it is, and I'm not competing anyway, so I would have been disqualified. But yeah. And in my last video, I had talked about pumpkins and how I was wanting to start another one, because 'tis that time of year, and I love fall, and I was undecided on what color I should do, and I kind of told everybody some options I'd been batting around in my head, and I think I came up with 4, and I asked everybody to comment what they thought, which one they thought I should do, and it looks like the growing consensus, almost everybody who has reached out has said a Beetlejuice themed pumpkin, and I'm all for it. I had started formulating a little plan in my head, writing down how I kind of want to start it, got my yarn pulled, and then the vertigo kicked in, so I kind of had to table that for the moment. And now that I'm feeling better and getting more back to my normal everyday-ish, I can start working on that again. But I think I'm going to actually finish this scarecrow first, and get it done and out of the way. That way I can focus on the pumpkin, and hopefully by next week I will have a new pumpkin to show you. I'm excited. And to see how it's turning out, because if I can get it from what's up here into yarn, and make it look like how I have it up here, I'm going to be super excited. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. What have you guys been working on? I think I talked a little bit about everything that I've been working on. Like I said, my last week kind of went, and I was kind of out there, and I could only do so much here and there, as I was comfortable. Sometimes I would start working on something, and like for instance, when it's a granny square and you're sitting there and you're trying to, but your head is seeing it where it's doing this, yeah, you kind of have to put it down. And I spent a lot of time leaning my head back in the recliner, listening to television and not actually watching it. So, oh my goodness, this video is 21 minutes long. So I guess I shall say, thank you for joining me today and listening to me ramble on about yarn projects, and catching you up on what I've been doing. My next video, I have a yarn delivery and something else yarn related to talk to you about. So when I get a moment, I will sit down and unbox that yarn with you guys, because I need to check and make sure it's all in there. I've been shorted before. And so we'll unbox it and we'll talk about the squishiness within. So until next time, remember, life is not perfect, so be kind. Try to create something every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. Until next time, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for joining me again at Missy's Yarniverse and More. And if you were brand new and this is your first video, I hope you enjoyed sitting and chatting with me, and hope you will come back and join the rest of us. Till next time, bye.